Hello, welcome to today's vlog. Happy Friday. Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Friday, August 22nd. If you'd like, I can get your day started with motivational quotes and more. Would
No.
you like to enable this routine?
No thanks.
No problem.
Anyway, so today is August. I always forgot what day it was. It's Friday. But anyway, today we're getting ready for a function. It's the weekend. Whoop whoop. Right now I'm gonna get ready to do lunch. So let's do that. Oh. Actually, I need. We finally actually have the space down and still need to do a house tour up down here. I guess we'll show after. After we get some of these pizza rolls in the microwave oven. Today's my day off, but we're doing something special today. Now we're going out into the moon shop after lunch, but let's do lunch, how to do a couple things, get ready for the function, adjust to a shower. So I say, I need to shave the heavy beard. We're doing a vlog this weekend. So it's funny. Oh, I got that fan mail sent out. I actually sent my. Here we go. This thing takes a little bit to. Oh man. Well, before they tried to take a break last and right before they tried to take a break, calls from the watch all the time watching. There's like people being money. They still watch that. Not too much. Maybe they might leave. I actually sent them fan mail over the last week. So that's kind of exciting. Hopefully they like all my content. I don't know, maybe they will watch this video, maybe they will watch this video. As we speak. Like that's how you do it. This thing actually has your own plugin. this is the airbed that's part of the function. People been asking me, we did the gaming videos, so I've been kind of lazy. But I actually had to find a new piece, I don't know. But, like I said, we're gonna be doing a vlog all weekend. I'm gonna bowl these days, so, you know what, let's have some fun. Those pieces all smell good. So yeah, so we're gonna, I don't know what we're doing to the side, we don't really know what time the fathers can get home, but anyway, oh, there's the beeping. But we'll see, we'll find out. Pepperoni out of the bath. Oh, these things are so yum. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, we'll see you next time. Okay, we just finished lunch. We're gonna get ready to go out to the moon shop. Time is now, it's almost 2:30. That's right, 2:30. Are you guys enjoying the rest of your summer? School's out for the kids next week. These around here, I don't know about other states. Oh, hold on. Anyway, so we'll get right back into the program in just a few minutes. Okay. Okay, we got that ready to go. It's kind of cloudy day. But now we're going back out to the shop, and anyway, we'll be right back. Alright folks, right now we're gonna unsanding this tanking cap. Hey, by the way, if you want to learn more about polishing, head over to my other YouTube channel, Polishing Guy After YouTube. You can learn all about it there, but this is what we're using. We're on getting ready to do 800, look how good it is. We're gonna cut the end caps, cut the heck out of them. We're gonna do the second cut on the tank, then on this side, try to do a little bit more, but see all those stuff in there, we're gonna remove that, but anyway, we'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so finally I'm getting the bed set up. We're actually gonna turn on the TV. I'm gonna set actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set the camera up above here. Make sure that
say this.
Don't do that. It's not safe.
How are you supposed to have any fun if you can't do anything?
Wait, your parents didn't actually say you can't do anything. What they said was, the particular thing that you want to do isn't safe. Now what does that mean anyway? What is safe? Well, my dictionary has 11 definitions of safe. It's a big dictionary. But when you get right down to it, almost all of them have to do with the idea that some choices are smarter than other choices. Smarter means it's going to work out better for you. So how do you know which choice is the smart one? Well, that's exactly what we're going to show you in this program. And you can find even more in Personal Safety, Smart Choices for Life. It's the book that came with this DVD. Be sure to read it all and get your parents to read it too.
And then, why don't you write to us and tell us how the book and DVD have helped you to make smarter choices. Get your parents to write us too. Your letter can win you a t-shirt or even a computer. Check out the back of the book or visit our website for details.
I love the town so much. This book is changing.
Just like anything else you do, getting to school and back safely involves making smart choices. How? Well, let's think about your trip.
Is there a best way to walk to school? Yeah, there is. There's a best way to do anything. In this case, make sure you take the same route to school every day. That way you won't get lost. And believe me, it does happen. Also, it's a good idea to walk with some friends. You're way less likely to run into trouble if you're with a group. And finally, if it's dark when you leave school, make the smart choice. Call someone for a ride.
If someone you don't know or didn't expect shows up to give you a ride home, call your parents or ask a teacher before you get in the car. It only takes a minute to make sure everything's okay.
The better your bus driver can do his or her job, the safer you'll be. So, the smart choices for you are first, listen to your bus driver's instructions. And second, don't do anything like goofing around with your friends. That could distract the bus driver or lead to an accident.
Despite all those spares and elective courses, your teachers have made sure that the only real choice you have to make in the school day is what to have for lunch. Now, that may not seem like a big deal, but for some kids, it's a matter of life and death.
If you have allergies, something as small as a peanut could cause an attack that makes you so sick you could die. Your parents will have told your teachers about these allergies, and they'll be ready to help. But the teacher may not be around when you have an attack. You have to know what to do. Make sure to always wear your medical alert bracelet if you have one. Make sure you have your medication with you and know how to use it.
Drugs for allergies are just one example of good drugs. Others may be the aspirin your mom gives you when you have a headache, or the cough syrup you take when you have a cold. There are thousands of these kinds of drugs. They were created to make our lives better, and are very safe as long as you follow the directions when you take them.
But there's another bunch of drugs that are never safe for kids. Not only can these drugs hurt you, but they can also be what we call addictive. And that means when you start taking them, you can't stop. So the harm that they do to you just keeps getting worse and worse.
You've probably heard of some of these. Marijuana, ecstasy, meth, cocaine, sniff. Now for kids, alcohol and cigarettes have to be on this list too. Not only are drinking and smoking illegal for kids, they're also dangerous. Tobacco is addictive. If you know any adults who still smoke, just ask them how hard it is for them to quit.
As for alcohol, we've talked constantly in this program about how you can make smart decisions so you can stay safe. Well, when you drink, you don't make smart decisions. You can't. Your brain gets all fuzzy. You can't think straight. You do things that you wouldn't think of doing otherwise. Things that can get you into a pretty big mess.
So knowing that, knowing all the trouble and health problems taking these kinds of drugs can cause, you gotta ask yourself, Why would anybody do it? Well, if you're going to school, you already know one of the most important reasons. Oh, there's movies and advertising and the internet. But the main reason kids start smoking, drinking, or doing drugs is because a friend has talked them into it.
Everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to belong. Your friends are probably the most important thing in your life right now. But sucking smoke from a burning tube of leaves? What a dumb thing to do. And smelly and ugly. And as for drinking, just listen to somebody who's drunk. Have you ever heard anything so boring in your life?
Now, I hate to say it, but these aren't cool kids. They're losers. Let a loser talk you into drinking, smoking, or doing drugs? There's no way. Talk them into quitting before it's too late? A kid who won't let their friends ruin their lives. Now that's cool. I want you to meet somebody. This is Biff. Now the only thing Biff likes about school is taking other kids' lunch money. He's gonna drop out when he's 16 and spend the rest of his life moving from one low-paying job to the next.
And this one's name is Tilly. Like Biff, she's not gonna have a very good life. Except in her case, she's gonna have to hold down 2 jobs just to make ends meet.
Right now though, Biff and Tilly, or a couple like them, rule your school. They're both bullies. Biff does it by beating kids up. Tilly and her posse do it by exclusion. But it's still the same thing. Bullying can cause a lot of suffering, especially if you're the target. So in this next section, we're going to show you how to make sure kids like Biff and Tilly don't ruin your school year.
Bullies are kind of sad, really. See, deep down inside, they're convinced that they're just not good enough. Except instead of trying to be better, they think they'll feel better by hurting other kids. A lot of them don't even realize this is wrong, because all they care about is themselves.
So what do? Well, the first thing is stay away from them. Don't go where they hang out. And if you run into one, just walk away. Because part of what they want is to see that you're scared, or to make you cry. That's kind of hard if you're not there.
And we talked about this one before. Don't be alone. Bullies don't like crowds. If you walk to school, walk with a friend. If you take the bus, sit near the bus driver. If you're on the playground, play where a teacher can see you.
When a bully is trying to do to you, it can be dangerous. It can affect your health, it can affect your marks. And if you're stealing your lunch money or your clothes, that's a crime. So tell your teacher, or your parents, or an adult that you can trust. And remember, you're not just doing it for your own safety. You'll be helping other kids who maybe go through the same thing. You might even be helping the bully.
It's Play, Don't Pay, the game show that teaches you how to play safe. With your suave and debonair host, Sammy Seedley. Well, that's right, kids. Play, don't pay. You all know the rules. Right answers get you points. Wrong answers get you squat. First one to 100 points wins. Okay, well, that's one of today's contestants, Kyle and Kerry. Okay, hands on your buzzers. Here's today's first question. I'm looking for 5 answers here. You decide to go out for a bike ride. What would you need to do to stay safe? Kyle?
Well, I guess you want to make sure your bike's working okay, so you can get home okay, right?
Correct. What else?
You want to wear a helmet just in case you fell. You want to go to places where there's not too much traffic because not all drivers pay attention to bikes. And you want to know your hand signals. Bend arm for left turn, straight arm for right.
Ooh, I'm afraid that would be very confusing for the driver behind you. Carrie?
Bend arm for right turn, straight arm for left. Never ride against the traffic, only one person per bicycle. No stunts, and make sure you have reflectors.
Absolutely right. So Carrie's in the lead with 25 points, and Kyle trails with 15. Next question. For 5 answers. You decide to take up Too bad. Kyle?
Check your board before you ride. Never hitch a ride behind a car. Practice falling. Don't skate in crowds.
5 seconds. That's it. The last answer was follow your town's laws and only skate where it's allowed. Alright, that ends round 1. Kyle has taken over the lead with 35 points, but Ken is right behind with 38. Now it's time for short snappers. Remember, no buzzer. For 10 points each, name.
Just saw you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Do you guys like Wendy's? Comment below if you guys like Wendy's. Wendy's.
We're back. It's time for the bonus round. Alright, here's the question. To win the game, tell me 5 things you can do to stay safe around water. Time's up. Kyle, you're in the lead, so we'll look at your answers first. To win the game, what is your first answer?
Only swim when there's a lifeguard.
Well, that's correct. Number 2, please.
No running or jumping at the pool.
That's 2 correct answers. You need 3 more to win. Your third answer?
Never use a boat or canoe unless an adult's with you.
You're right again, Kyle. Number 4.
Make sure there's a life jacket in your boat.
I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm afraid that's incorrect. The right answer is always wear a life jacket when you go out on the water. That's too bad, but thanks for playing. Alright, Carrie, it's up to you. 5 correct answers, and you win Play Don't Pay. What is your first answer?
Young kids should have a parent with them in the locker room.
Correct. Number 2.
Alcohol and boats don't mix.
Well, that's right. 3.
When you and your dad are fishing from shore, wear a life jacket.
Well, that's 3 correct answers. Can I have number 4, please?
Don't stand in a boat.
You're absolutely right. 1 more correct answer, and you are our new champion. Gary, for all the marbles, what is your 5th answer?
Don't walk out on the ice.
Well, that's it. That's it. Boys and girls, Gary is your new champion.
that home.
Here's the play name again, but
But here's the
Place that's familiar to them. Accidents happen when you don't follow the basic rules that are meant to keep you safe. I'm sure your parents have told you what you should and shouldn't touch in your house, where you should and shouldn't play. But you have to choose to follow their instructions. If you don't,
kids have been hurt at home. And just remember, there's lots more information about safety at home in part 2 of the book that came to this.
sudden physical injury. Well, that covers a pretty wide range. Anything from a bruise to a cut, to a broken arm or broken leg, to something even more serious. Nowhere in your house might something like that happen to you.
Wow.
I love how you do that, baby. Your favorite baby back ribs just got even better. Slow smoke in-house work hours over pecan wood chips to create a sweeter, smoky flavor and fall off the bone tenderness. Then they're triple basted in one of our 3 delicious flavors. Chili's new better than ever baby back ribs. Part of our 3 courses, 2 people, $20 deal. Or you can share an appetizer, choose 2 entrees, and share a dessert. For a limited time, only at
Everything
Chili's.
is full of machines that make our lives easier. Why, in just this one room, we've got a stove, a fridge, and a dishwasher. And that's all
Favorite
the big
baby
ones.
back ribs just got even
What else
better.
do you
Slow smoked in-house
What
for
about
hours
the
over
toaster?
pecan
The
wood chips
toaster?
to create a
We
sweeter,
have the
smoky
can.
flavor and fall off the
There are
bone
machines that
tenderness.
use
Then they're
most
triple
everything in
basted
your
in one of
house.
our 3
There's a
delicious
lot of
flavors.
dryers,
Chili's new
like
better than ever baby back
Oreos,
ribs. Part of our 3 courses, 2 people, $20 deal. Or you can share an appetizer, choose 2 entrees, and share a dessert. For a limited time, only at Chili's.
For kids, in most cases, the best choice is to not play with them, or even touch them without your parents' permission.
A piece of furniture. It's called a gun cabinet. Notice how securely it's locked. Like most gun owners, this family is very conscious of safety. But despite the best of intentions, some kids are still accidentally injured or killed by firearms every year.
So you should never play with guns, and never ever point a gun at someone.
If you ever see a gun or ammunition left out, tell your parents immediately. And if you ever see another younger person with a gun, the smart choice is to leave immediately and go find an adult to tell.
Isn't it great to be outside? The air is fresh, the view is great. Your house might have a deck like this one. Or, if you live in an apartment, maybe you have a balcony.
The thing is, you shouldn't be out here by yourself. Never lean over the railing or climb up on it. A broken leg might be the least that could happen if you fell. Kids have actually died or been forced to be in a wheelchair for the rest of their lives. Fooling around up here is just not a smart thing to do.
Take a look at our house again. Where do you think you could get hurt in there?
Replacing my parents' TV with a small one.
Okay,
Since the Super Bowl is
let's
today, I thought it'd be a great time to downgrade my
The
parents'
stove
giant
gets very
ass.
hot when it's on, which means it's easy to burn yourself. Not only that, but many kids have been badly burned when they accidentally knock the pot off the stove and spill the contents on themselves. So playing in the kitchen is definitely not a smart choice.
When we talk about burns, burning, we don't usually think of water, but we should. Touching really hot water can
Check
burn
it
just
out.
as easily as touching a stove. It's called stoning.
Both the same, and more importantly, the bathtub can reduce water coming up the scald. So the smart thing to do is always check the temperature of the water before you get in.
Now, if there are two things in this world that don't mix, it's water and electricity. That's why you should never have an electrical appliance in the bathroom. If something that's plugged in gets wet, then chances are the person that's holding it could get electrocuted, which is another type of burn.
Replacing my parents.
Our lives would be a lot harder without electricity.
With a small
But as
one.
useful
The
as
Super Bowl
it is, it has to be treated with respect.
Replacing my parent.
You don't go poking things into electrical outlets. You don't play with electrical cords. And if you really help your parents out by making sure your little brothers and sisters don't do it either.
Now, most of the things that can burn you can also start a fire. It could be a spark from an electrical wire. It could be someone dropping something on a hot stove. If you still have a smoker in your house, it could be somebody being careless with a cigarette. No matter the cause, in the United States and Canada, a house fire breaks out every 80 seconds. So, part of being safe at home is knowing what to do if a fire starts at your place.
Here's the deal. First, remind your parents to make sure you have smoke alarms like this in your house and that they're working properly. There should be one for every person living in your house, plus one more.
Second, if you hear the smoke alarm or smell smoke, tell an adult immediately so you can all get out of there right away. Everyone should go to a designated meeting place and stay there. Don't call the fire department until you're out of the house, and never, ever go back into a burning building.
Third, if your clothes catch fire, don't run around looking for water. That'll just make the flames worse. Stop, drop to the floor ground, cover your face with your hands, and roll over and over. When you do that, the fire can't get enough air, and it goes out.
Fourth, if you can't get out of your bedroom, the most important thing to remember is the firemen are coming to get you. Put some towels or some blankets at the bottom of your door to keep the smoke out. If you have a phone in your room, call the fire department and tell them where you are.
And finally, kids have died because they hid from firefighters. Don't be one of them.
This is what I look like coming into the house. You don't have to hide from me. It's the same guy inside.
It's all in another one of our community safety net books. Fire Safety Smart Choices for Life. Be sure to check it out.
There's going to be times when you're at home by yourself, or if you're a little younger, your parents hire a sitter to stay with you. Now, being home alone isn't like in those movies. You're not going to miraculously outwit some bad guys if they try to get into your house. No. The best strategy for you or your sitter is to not let anybody know you're alone, and to not let strangers in under any circumstances.
And you can find out a lot more about what to do if somebody you don't know phones you or rings your doorbell when you're home alone. Check out part 2 of the book that this DVD came in. And why not ask your parents to show your sitter as well? This is stuff everybody should know.
Even when all the windows and doors are locked, and even following all the advice we're giving you, there's still a way strangers can get into your house. It's through the internet. Now, I know your parents don't understand the internet as well as you do. They most likely never been to a chat room. They don't text. It's hard for them to understand how important it is for you to be connected to your friends. But they do know that what you say and do online can have real consequences in the offline world. You don't know. You can't know who the new friend you just met in the chat room really is. That's why you have to be very careful about what you post and what you say about yourself online.
Would you agree to tell a total stranger where you live just because they asked? Would you agree to get into a car with them and go for a ride? Would you let someone see the inside of your wallet or your purse? Of course you wouldn't. You know those aren't smart decisions. Well, posting your personal info, agreeing to meet with someone you've been chatting with online, or telling someone your password is the same thing. If someone you meet online is asking you to do stuff like that, then chances are they're not somebody you want to know, no matter how nice they seem.
One last thing about the internet. Talk to your parents about what you're doing online. Sure, they may not understand everything you tell them about the internet, but they do know a lot about making smart choices. Quick, when I say self-defense, what do you think of? Good guess, but not quite what I was after. What self-defense is really about is knowing what to do in a potentially dangerous situation. Your parents can't be with you all the time. Sometimes it's up to you.
Suppose you see an accident or a crime. There are no adults around, so what do? Call 911, right? And do you know how to do that? Okay, here's the deal. First, make sure you can hear a dial tone. Then, dial 911. If where you live doesn't have a 911 service, then call your local emergency number. When the emergency operator answers, say, I want to report a fire, or an accident, or whatever it is you've seen. Then give the exact address of where the emergency is happening. Next, you'll be asking questions like what your name is and the number that you're calling from. You'll probably be excited, so listen carefully and answer clearly. Don't hang up the phone until the operator tells you to. And so long as it's safe, stay by the phone in case the operator needs to call you back. Well, there you go. By knowing what to do, you just helped the firefighters save a house. Or the police stop a robbery. Cool, huh?
This is an example of what's called street grouping, and it's definitely something you should talk to your parents about. Together, you can look at where you go during the day, think of situations that might come up, and work out what you should do. Is having this kind of talk with your parents a smart choice? You bet it is. In Personal Safety, the book that came with this DVD, there's a whole list of questions that can help your parents think about how they can help you be safe when you're away from home. Be sure to check it out.
One of the main rules of street grouping, and you've probably heard this one 1,000 times, is don't talk to strangers. Now that sounds pretty definite, but it doesn't mean never talk to anybody you don't know. What if you got lost or had an accident when your parents weren't around? You'd probably want someone to help, and most people wouldn't hesitate.
But when you're by yourself, you do want to be cautious around strangers. Why? Unfortunately, there are people out there, not very many, but they do exist, who will try to hurt you if they get the chance. That's why, if someone is trying to make you feel uncomfortable for any reason, just walk away. And that's especially important to remember if someone you don't know asks you to get into the car with them. They might say things like, your parents have been in an accident. They might offer to let you play with their puppy or their kitten. Whatever they say, don't do it. Don't get it. And if they try to make you, kick, scream, do whatever you can to attract attention. Because attention is something this kind of person really doesn't like.
There's one last thing we'd like to talk to you about. Human beings like to be touched and hugged and kissed. It's how we're made. But if somebody tries to touch you in places they shouldn't, that's a whole different story. For girls, that means your chest, or between your waist and your knees. And for boys, that means between your waist and your knees.
See, your body belongs to you, and you have the right to say no to any unwanted touching. Anybody who tells you otherwise is lying, pure and simple. These people are not touching you to make you feel good. They're doing it for themselves. It's their fault, and it's just plain wrong.
If somebody you know is asking asking you to do these things or trying to talk you into letting them. Say no, leave, and tell an adult that you trust right away. Not only are you keeping yourself from danger, but you could be helping another child who could be in the same position. And that makes it the smartest choice of all.
Well, that all wraps it up. Remember,
Yeah,
every
man,
day
this
I'll
was second
focus
one
on
of
a
them,
whole lot
so
more
you
than
think that.
personal safety. Smart choices for life. That's the book that came with this DVD. Be sure to read it. Get your parents to read it too. There's a whole chapter in it just for them, so check it out. And remember, we want to hear from both you and your parents. So write to us and tell us what you and your family are using once you've learned about personal safety.
Turn to the back page or visit the website to see how your letter could win you a t-shirt or even a computer. Oh, and one more thing. When you get back to the main menu, be sure to take our quiz to see how you can win even more cool prizes. Thanks for watching, and thanks for learning about personal safety.
Okay. Might need some more. Yeah. Good morning, welcome to Saturday. Happy Saturday. Good morning, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. To everyone you watching. Hey, today, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 9:59 a.m.
Almost 10 o'clock. Okay, cool. So today, we're gonna do some more polishing today and finish those few things. We don't have that much more to go. Maybe get one thing done today. I'm not sure, but hopefully you have a great day. So, hope you guys are enjoying stuff from last night. But so today, I just had a draft video. It was good. Yeah, we actually, you know what? We'll talk about it later. We actually are gonna go to church tomorrow. We go every Saturday, so the way I said that. So yeah, so we'll see you in a little bit. See ya. Alright, folks, it's around 2 o'clock. How you doing? Email and stuff. I've been working on the tank. I'm gonna go in. Okay. Looks so good. I don't know if you can see as well in the camera, but looks so good. But anyway, so that's the pressure washer. I'm gonna go and take a little break. And hopefully this afternoon we'll start to clean up the I need to build a little bit better stand up. But anyway, we'll see a little bit later. Okay guys, so we are back inside here. It's almost, what time is it? Man gosh, I don't even know the time. Man, it's almost 8 o'clock. Okay. Jeez, hope you guys had a great Saturday out there. Oh, wherever you're from, hopefully all cleaned up, started to shave the beard, and I guess we'll be back in a little while. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog over the weekend. And right now, well, stay tuned for more vlogs and stuff. I think we're gonna have a few coming up this fall. I think we may have maybe a couple. I think we may have a vlog, maybe some vlogs coming up with Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't know when yet, but we'll stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we'll catch you guys later. Hope you enjoy the weekend vlogs. Bye.